at Rob Calloway 3. We're being broadcast via Spreaker.com and on the Spreaker app for your Android, Windows, and Apple devices. You guys make sure you sign up for your free Spreaker account. Search Sports Kings Live and then go to the little thought bubble. You too can be involved in the show, like our guy Mark Cooper is, like our guy Matt Green is at times. What else? Oh, our Twitter account, Instagram, and Facebook accounts are at Sports Kings Live. We'll be right back with hour number 2.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad.
Oh, come on. This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
It's the Sports Kings. Sports Kings.
He might fall off the wagon in the next 10 minutes.
Rob Calloway.
It's about bringing talent. It's not about all the flash and glitz and glam.
Not your average sports talk show. The Sports Kings.
This is NFL legend, work done.
This your boy D. Howard, a.k.a. Superman.
I'm Jerome Bettis, the bus.
It's Cam Newton. Holla at your boy already.
This is Hank Aaron, and I'm down with the King.
Tell a friend, Kings is back.
Oh, yeah. Back for the last hour of the week right here on Sports Kings Live.
Let's go!
Yeah.
Turn up! Turn up!
For Friday. You damn right. You get out here and do some things. We made it to the end of the week. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
We did it!
Yeah.
We did it!
Made it. Once again, I am Big Mike. Rob Calloway out tonight celebrating his birthday, which is actually tomorrow. You know, the N-word in him. We're being heard via Spreaker.com and on the Spreaker app for your Android, Windows, and Apple devices. Make sure you guys sign up for your free Spreaker account. Search Sports Kings Live and follow us, and then also click on the little thought bubble so you guys can chat with us and chat with everyone else who joins the chat room as well during the show. We're on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook as far as social media goes at Sports Kings Live. Now, the first hour of the show we spent getting you guys caught up and give you some more of my thoughts on the tragedy in Charleston, South Carolina. Went from that to talking about the new Lebron, as I like to call it, the a-hole version of LeBron, which I'm all about, and I'm with it. You know, I'm with it. You know, win or lose, whether he gets another ring or not. And that's the other thing. Let's stop pretending like all these memes of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air meme where it's supposed to be like, when Will is crying about his dad leave, like, why he don't want me? Like, you turn it into a championship trophy, and the championship trophy is saying, why LeBron don't want me? Yeah, he's got 2 of them. Calm down, squirrely. Ridiculous people. But before we move on, because I'll start talking and forget to do this, let's go ahead and take a look back real quick with our daily look back. We call it On This Day.
It's the Sports Kings.
On this day.
All right, no Rob Calloway today, so I have to give the commentary on the stories that he would usually give. I don't know how to do the Rob voice. That whiskey drinking, black and mild smoking voice. That he's not here to defend himself. I'm sorry, I shouldn't do that. But y'all know what I'm talking about, though. On this day in 1846, the New York Knickerbockers. I had to say that. Go ahead and pronounce that all the way. Knicker, C-K-E-R, Bockers Club played the New York Club in the first baseball game at Elysian Field in Hoboken, New Jersey, was the first organized baseball game. Wow. 1846 was the first organized baseball game. Look, man, whatever you think about the stuff that I say on this show and how stupid it may be, don't ever say you didn't learn something when you listen to us. Because that's pretty cool. On this day in 1867, in New York, the Belmont Stakes was run for the first time. I think the Belmont is the first leg of the Triple Crown, if I'm not mistaken. And the first time it was ever run was in 1867. On this day in 1943, the National Football League approved the merger of the Philadelphia Eagles and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Wait, what? We got to find out more about that. What does that mean? The merger of the Philadelphia – that sounds like they became one team. More to come on that. On this day in 1972, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the antitrust exemption that Major League Baseball uses was constitutional. The court called upon the U.S. Congress to repeal the sport's special status. On this day, I think this was around 1972. That might have been around the Kurt Flood situation as well. On this day in 1973, old Pete Rose of the Cincinnati Reds got his 2000s career hit. Look at Mark. See, this is what I'm talking about. My co-host today, Mark Cooper, at Hangin, Hangn with Coop. He said the Belmont is actually the last leg of the Triple Crown because I know nothing about horse racing, except for how they make the horses, how they breed them. I know all about that. Oh, yeah. Sent Robert Link one day. It caught him real off guard when he saw what was going on. It's damn near animal cruelty, if you ask me. And I'm not even this animal-loving guy, but, yeah, just think blow-up doll, fellas. Blow-up doll. And that's it. Like, there is no real person. All you get, the blow-up doll. On this day in 1973, Gordie Howe left the NHL to join his sons, Mark and Marty, in the WHA, the World Hockey Association. On this day in 1986, the University of Maryland star Len Bias, died of a cocaine-induced seizure. You remember Len Bias was supposed to be the savior for the Boston Celtics when they'd taken a little bit of a dip. Traditionally one of the better teams in the league, and Len Bias was supposed to be the guy who came in and helped turn that around. And he got a little bit too, I won't say excited, but he went a little bit too hard. After finding out he was going to the Celtics, being drafted, and overdosed on cocaine. And finally, on this day in 1999, the Dallas Stars won their first NHL Stanley Cup by defeating the Buffalo Sabres in the third overtime of Game 6. The game actually ended the next day on June 20th. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your Friday edition on June 19th, 2015, on this day. Okay, moving on. We're going to try to get through this next hour as quickly as possible, get through these next couple of stories. As far as the Cleveland Cavaliers go, everyone's fell in love with Tristan Thompson in this postseason, which by all means you should have. Tristan Thompson left $52 million on the table last year in an attempt to bet on himself. And I think this is before Kevin Love, came to town, and he probably was on some old S word when all that happened. But then, I guess fortunately for him, Kevin Love's shoulder came out with a little bit of help, and Tristan Thompson got to show his skills on the biggest stage in basketball, which are the NBA playoffs and then subsequently the NBA Finals. That being said, LeBron became one of his biggest supporters and saying, pay this man. No, Tristan. I think what he said was Tristan should be a Cav for life. But wait a minute, LeBron, are you going to be here? Oh, okay. Coop said he's going to cash in. Here's the thing about him, though. The thing about him and guys like DeAndre Jordan, guys that are going to really only give it to you in one area of the basketball game. You see what I'm saying? Like Tristan Thompson's going to be a hell of a rebounder, and he's going to do a lot for you defensively, much the same way DeAndre Jordan is. And they're both going to want, well, Tristan's already said he wants max money or close to it. They're both going to want the big money, but a lot of people's mindset towards guys like this is that you need to be able to give me more offensively than you're giving me. Not just be the missed shot guy, the guy who cleans up on missed shots, or in DeAndre Jordan's case, the guy who catches lob passes. And both of these guys struggle at the free throw line, so that's a big negative. It's cool to want max money, but when your agent goes down and sits down at that negotiation table, and the people who you thought loved you so much within the organization start talking about all the bad things, all the ugly parts of you, that's when things get a little bit dicey. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Everyone's assuming that Tristan's going to cash in, but we'll see. Well, of course. For DeAndre Jordan, of course. On a team with guys who knock down shots, he'd be a good centerpiece. I'm saying this because you can't hear Coop. he just typed in the chat room, which all you guys can join by signing up for your free Spreaker account and searching Sports Kings Live and then clicking the little thought bubble. You can enter and following us, I should say, then entering the chat room via the Thought Bubble. He said, "Give me DeAndre in ATL." Yeah, guys that can knock down shots. You got a guy down low who loves the rim run. Effort guy, a guy who loves to communicate on defense. That's the part that you don't really see during the game. All the talking that a guy like DeAndre Jordan does. That's the Doc Rivers influence, the Tom Thibodeau influence that they brought to Kevin Garnett when they were in Boston. That Kevin Garnett's always talking. He's always telling people what's going to happen, what he sees. He's the anchor of the defense. And when Doc Rivers got to L.A., he told DeAndre, "This is who you're going to be." And he was. A lot of people felt like he should have been the defensive player of the year this year. I'm going to get a little bit nerdy on you dudes real quick. Charles Barkley, I've made many a comment on his theory on the jump shooting ball club, right? And I'm not going to do the whole low hanging fruit thing like, look what happened. A jump shooting team won the championship, because I'm smarter than that. I also realized that this same jump shooting team was the number one ranked defensive team in the league as well. So it's not like one thing happened without the other thing happening as well. You feel me? But what I would say is I saw this article and I thought it was excellent, man, because it's got charts and all this cool stuff on it. So if you guys can bear with me for just a minute, it starts off with the first thing I highlighted was that the Warriors attempted 3-pointers on 31% of their shots. That's by far the highest of any team in NBA history. But the notion that a jump shooting team or jump shooting teams haven't won championships in the past is kind of a farce. There are two charts here. One says, and I want to get this is on Pro Basketball Talk, and the name of the article is "Warriors Prove a Jump Shooting Team Can Win a Championship." If you guys want to look it up for yourselves, it shows a chart. It has two lines. It has a blue line that indicates the NBA average of 3-point attempts, and the yellow line says it indicates the NBA championships and how much they've attempted. Around 91-92, the champions were Chicago. Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, guys like Horace Grant, Bill Cartwright was on that ball club, I believe, John Paxson, Craig Hodges. Role players were their 3-point shooters, so they were down. They were below what the league average was. But then you go to the years Michael Jordan retired, the Houston years, way above. They're shooting about 25% of their shots, where the league average is like right under 20% of a team's shots being 3-pointers. And you remember that team had Kenny Smith, Mario Elie, Vern Maxwell. They had guys that can get buckets from deep. You feel me? So those teams won championships, and they shot the three way above the league average. But then it goes down again because Mike came back. Yeah, 45/23 came back, and the triangle was in full effect, and you had dudes like B.J. Armstrong shooting the three and Steve Kerr, role guys, not really guys, not the prominent guys, not the Michael Jordans of the world or the Scottie Pippens weren't your primary 3-point shooters. So it went down below. But then, yeah, because then San Antonio won here, but then it went up again with L.A. These are the Shaq Kobe years. Who was on this team? Was Nick Van Exel on this team? No, Nick Van Exel was gone by the time they started winning championships. Eddie Jones was gone as well. I can't. Robert Horry was on this team, I believe. I'm drawing a blank. Oh, Derek Fisher. Who else was on this team with Kobe and Shaq? Rick Fox and guys like that. But either way, they shot 20% of their shots when the league average was somewhere around, looked like between, 15, 16, 17% of the league shots. And then it dipped again with Detroit, obviously, the Chauncey Billups, Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace teams, Rip Hamilton, those boys. It dipped again because Detroit won, then San Antonio won, and then Miami won with Shaq and Dwayne Wade and those guys. But then it started going up again. San Antonio changed a little bit, and then Boston won, and then the Lakers won, and then the Lakers won again, and it dipped right to around the average, right around just above 20%. But then it spiked again when Dallas won, and went down when Miami won because it was LeBron and Dwayne. The guys who had shooting the three was Norris Cole and Mario Chalmers and cats like that. and Mike Miller and James Jones. But then it spiked again